people should expect these water levels to go down as we progress through the weekend.
They are working on talking to any witnesses of this case. Police are still investigating the shooting. Now, this is how the scene looks like right now.
I spoke to her neighbor and she told me that on March 28th, she saw Stella wiping down a window, and that was the last time somebody saw her. And I'm at the 16th Avenue and Court Street in Pasco, where police were called around 11 last night. First of all, Monty, it is very windy out here, and we're following a wildfire that spread more than 3,000 acres overnight. This morning, I'm at the command post here in Richland, where I'm following the Cold Creek fire. Now, before I get to details, I just want to let you know that State Route 24 and 240 have been reopened as of this morning. So many people come to the gas station to pump gas, but how many people actually wear gloves to keep themselves safe? With the high school and middle school just down the block, those kids who are feeling cold can come by and grab a pair of gloves and a hat. Not only kids can get a haircut, but they can also get a learning experience by reading here at the Barber Life Studio. While most kids spend their summer playing around or just being outside of school, Marcus over here, he spent it training to be a wrestling sensation. And I'm joined by Don Mock, and he's owner of one of the cool things here at Waterfalls, which is the RC boat race. While she's not working or making face masks, she's making thank you note cards to all the local medical staff.
This is how Haley Ricketts ended her 2019.
She's like, I'm stuck in tumbleweeds. How are you stuck in tumbleweeds? How does that happen? How do you do that? Well, and then she goes, I'm going to try and go around it. I'm like, wait. And she goes, I'm stuck. There's tumbleweeds on my car. They're everywhere.
What was supposed to be a normal drive back home from a friend's house turned into a complete nightmare. Tumblegeddon.
And then I started freaking out because I was basically trapped. I couldn't open my doors or anything. I tried, and they were just stuck shut.
Her fiance, Ryan, came to the rescue. Only thing was, he was not able to see her at first. He told her to honk. Still nothing. Then he heard her car.
Once I started hearing her, I was able to find her just buried under, like, no joke. You couldn't see her unless her lights were on. So you had to start tossing tumbleweeds off her.
He says the car being scratched up really doesn't matter as long as he was able to get her out safely.
A car is a car. I was going to be a little banged up regardless of what happens after this. So we just kind of pushed some tumbleweeds off to the side, pulled it off to the shoulder, and we just walked back to my truck. It was cool to see people come together and help each other out. I went and knocked around on windows and got 10 or so guys to go out and start throwing tumbleweeds and try and clear a path.
Well, boys, here's my car.
Haley was able to get her car the next day, and she is thankful for Ryan.
I love him. I'm grateful he saved me.
If Ryan wouldn't have been able to get to her, she said she had enough materials to camp out for the night in her car. And this is just another reminder of how important it is to pack in case of any situations on the road. In Pasco, Guillermo Mota, NBC Right Now.
Jasmine, today was all about cleaning up the streets and houses so people can move back in. Now, out of respect for the flood victims, I will not be showing any of them or their homes. But the cleanup is underway, all thanks to the countless volunteers.
People they don't even know. Some of their are neighbors and relatives, but there's a lot of just good-hearted people down here.
Good-hearted people helping each other in a time of need.
Most of the houses are not habitable at this time. The Red Cross is getting ready to go through and do an assessment of each dwelling to see the extent of the damage and see if it can be cleaned up so people can safely move back inside.
2 days worth of flooding, causing a weekend's worth of disaster, leaving dozens of Pendleton residents having to pick up the pieces. Here in Pendleton, helping your neighbor isn't a foreign concept. It's a city mindset.
This city thrives on volunteerism, and people are just open-hearted, warm-hearted folks. We've had groups delivering food down at the convention center where there are people that have been displaced. There's some folks that just showed up a minute ago with a case of work gloves donated from their business. We got donated water and food. It's just a very impressive response.
Right now, there's no estimate on the amount of damage caused by the flood, but seeing his residents come together in a time of need is priceless for Mayor John Turner.
Just like it says on my hat, Pendleton proud. I'm very proud to be mayor of Pendleton.
Coordinating with FEMA and insurance will take months to repair the city, but Turner is confident as long as the folks of Pendleton continue to come together, they will continue to do what his hat says, make Pendleton proud.